Good morning, good people. Happy Sunday to you and yours. You are listening to the Get Right Radio Show on the Good News Radio Station. I go by the name of Kelvin Unique. And as you hear, that was dead silence because Chris is gone gallivanting in Miami. Eric is out here being the world's best thought, but he's working really hard right now. He's doing some good work right now, so he's out. So I had to call on one of my closest friends, Mr. Josh Jones, Josh Jones to come in the building and run this Reckless Morning Show with me. I don't know if he's even ready. I feel like he just got the sleep out of his eyes, and he is here. And he's going to have to endure all my foolishness today. And I know that I get on his nerves 24 hours of the day. That is correct. So I'm just happy that I have a full 2 hours of recklessness that he can't get up and leave from. Yeah. 2 hours. Yeah. Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
Tell the people good morning.
I'm so happy to be here. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. So, Josh, you've been on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
And
your best episode,
the best, our highest rated episode ever.
Mm-hmm.
Josh was on the show, and he thinks that it was all because of him.
I know.
You know it's because of you.
I think.
So tell the people how you're doing and how you feeling this morning.
I'm doing great, feeling great. Wish I had a little bit more sleep in me. Something told me not to answer the phone when Kelvin called, but
Wow.
But I answered the phone, so here I am.
Well, I'm happy you answered the phone. That's what friends do, right? Sometimes. We're not friends. I don't even know you. So what's been new in your life, Josh? Like, how was your week? Tell me about your week.
My week was hectic. I had to deal with little kids all week. So
little kids, yours or other people's, or?
I do not have kids. I mean, technically, I do. My brothers and sisters, I have 5 of them.
So you have 5 children?
Yes, 5.
You're a single father of 5.
Yes. But yeah, I was dealing with kids all week, so that caused me to want to just shut down for the rest of my days after the work time period. And then what else did I do this week?
What do you do with kids? Because now people are listening on why is he working with kids? Are you a teacher? Like, what are you doing?
Mind your business, people.
You got 5 kids. You work with kids. So, ladies, if you have kids, Josh is readily available.
I'm working basketball camps with the LA Clippers. So
okay,
we're traveling around Southern California, going to different areas, teaching youth how to play basketball.
What's the fun? Because they have the Good News Sports, and I've really been trying to get on a Good News Sports show.
Philip's on there.
I know, but I just don't know nothing about sports. So I think it would be the best episode ever because my stats will all be factual and I just feel like theirs will just be opinionated.
You should stick
because
to what you're doing.
I feel like as an outsider, I would know exactly what is going on.
Yeah, once you Google the person they're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't even have to do that. Like, they can be like, oh, yeah, how you going to say Kobe better than LeBron? He got such and such. I'm like, let's just look at the facts. Whose shoe is better?
Who are the big 3 on the Lakers?
The big 3 on the Lakers right now, it is going to be LeBron James. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. And then the third one is Gus Williams. His last name Williams, right?
He plays for the Clippers.
Oh, Lou on the Clippers?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a Clippers fan.
Okay, but I asked about the Lakers.
I know. The big 3, Andrew Gasol. Am I mixing players?
You are not a sports person. So
Am I mixing players?
Don't ask to be on the sports radio.
I love. I think I could do
Case
this.
Closed. Next case.
I really think I could be a sportscaster. Coming in for the LA Lakers, please give it up for Paul Pierce. I know he plays. I know Paul Pierce is not played in a while. Okay, I'm just teasing. And I also know that Paul Pierce was a wizard. We know that. He was not a wizard. I know. He was a Celtic. I'm just playing. I'm just making all the sports fans mad right now, okay?
Oh, my God.
Just making all sports fans mad. But no, I think my week was pretty good. What'd I do this week?
I didn't ask.
The silent listeners asked, how was Kevin's week? They were on the edge of their seats waiting to hear about my week. And what did I do this week? I don't remember what I did this week. Okay, so today is Sunday. I went to the beach yesterday. Mm-hmm. Now, I've been to beaches before in Los Angeles. I've been to Venice. I've been to Santa Monica. I've even been to Malibu. And every time I go to a beach, there's like some type of food, drink, things of that nature that you always can like purchase and stuff. So one of my frat brothers was like, hey, Kelvin, let's go to the beach. We ended up going to the beach. Thank you, Brittany, for asking how my week was. I know you wanted to know.
No, she didn't.
But yes, she did.
It must be your mom. Is that your
No,
mom?
it's Brittany. That's our bae. That's bae.
That's your mom.
That's not my mom.
What's your mom's
my
name?
mom's name is Tawanda.
Laquanda.
Tawanda, and we're not going to do this today. Back to the beach. He said, do you want to go to the beach? I said, sure, why not? So I get Breon. I said, Breon, we're going to the beach today. You want to come? Breon comes to the beach. We get there, and I'm looking around, and this is a beach. I don't know if you ever been to Dockweiler Beach down, and it's like, it's almost by the airport. I thought it was like Manhattan Beach. I thought I'd never been to that beach. When I say this is a beach, this is a beach.
All the beaches are beaches.
No. Other beaches have like buildings and like kiosks. You can buy sunglasses or you can buy a drink and food over here. And all. Josh, this is sand and water. Oh, there's no stopping to get anything along the strip.
A smart beacher would bring a cooler.
Well, guess who's not a smart beacher? Guess who's also not a beacher, period. I've been to the beach all like 10 times and I've lived here for 3 years, if 10 times. So when we pull up and I see all these tents, people had tents popped up with tables and chairs, their own food and snacks and beverages. And I'm like, we did not come prepared for this. Nobody. We literally there in the sun with just a little bit of beach towel. I did bring a beach towel. I thought smart enough to bring a beach towel.
Should have brought an umbrella.
One of his friends brought an umbrella from his car and just stuck that bitch in the sand. Thankfully, it was a big umbrella because he was a little bit of a big boy, so he had to get a big umbrella. But are
we still talking about Breon?
No, we're not. Breon's not a bitch. Shut the fuck up. But he had a big umbrella, so he plopped that bitch in the sand. But he also, I think we interrupted my frat brother's date, and this is why I was like, this is so awkward because we got to the bottom of it. Because like, why you said beach? We thought Venice. Santa Monica, somewhere that has actual stuff there. This had nothing. His friend invited him out on a date, which we believe, because they came out with a picnic basket with enough food for two. And we felt like we invaded their privacy, and I just felt really bad. But I did tear up some motherfucking cheeses because I had an edible and I was hungry as hell.
So y'all ate their food?
I didn't eat their chicken.
Wow.
I ate their cheeses. But then we also brought our own liquor and stuff like that. So we made the best out of it. So I feel like I got a nice tan today. I feel like I'm nice and chocolate for the rest of the week. And I'm excited to move forward in this chocolate life.
So that was all your week?
That was all my Saturday. The beach. I don't know why people just go to the beach with nothing else there. It was relaxing, but I could not just go to the beach every day. Are you like an avid beacher? Do you like go to the beach a lot?
I like to go to the boardwalk to people watch.
I do like people watch, but there's a lot of people's kids.
I'm going to go to the boardwalk to purchase some art.
Ooh.
For cheap. To decorate my new apartment.
What time we going there? After the show?
That's where brunch is.
Oh. Ooh la la. No one.
So your Monday through Saturday was
So
nothing.
my Monday through Saturday, I don't even remember what I did. I feel like I was just working. I met Trina. The baddest bitch.
You met her before?
No, I met her like face to face this time. Like we talked.
You didn't see her at your school's homecoming when she was pregnant.
When she was pregnant, performing allegedly. Because where's the baby?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She did. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They did not make it.
Yeah.
It didn't make it.
Well, we don't know what she never. It was. She may have had it, but she may be having it in hiding because I remember that. But we were just talking about that concert, me, Bianca, and TT, because that was a concert with Trina and Rick Ross, and Joe Franklin. This is all the Kentucky State University people. They know exactly what's going on. Joe Franklin was the president and gave everybody VIP passes that was not VIP. So everybody was backstage. So about time the students came, they would not let anybody in the concert. I was working for KSU Kickdown. I was supposed to do an interview with Rick Ross to get on air. You were also working there too. And
I don't recall.
Right, you remember your Kentucky State
I was
University
enrolled at,
but they would not let
Western
anybody
Kentucky.
in, so none of the students got in. So it was all white people at the Rick Ross concert because we were in the middle of Frankfurt. So all of them was saying nigga, and I wish I was there to capture it all, but I couldn't because Joe Franklin gave everybody and their mama VIP passes and didn't let no students in. But that was, I would have seen her and would have
Sounds
broke
like
the story.
Unorganized.
SGA. Yeah, child. Anyways, yeah, but that was my first time meeting Trina. She had pink hair. She looks gorgeous. Look out for that interview on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was my week. Like, I feel like I was really boring this week. I did go on a date.
You did go on a date.
I
You
did
had a
go on a
curfew
date.
at 9:30.
I had a 9:30 curfew for my date.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good.
And then you helped me. What would you call that? You helped me navigate through my.
I didn't want to bring that up, but since you brought it up, so let me tell you.
Well, before we start, we're going to speak in code on this.
Oh, we definitely
show.
are. We never say names.
All right.
We never say names.
All right.
All right. So Josh has me go to the club because it is one of his friends' birthday. And when I say friends, how they like to say I say homies, mean my hoe. I just say homies. It was one of Josh's homies'
friend's birthday.
Friend's birthday that was visiting from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sequestered by Josh to go out with him to the club in the middle of wholeness. So while we're there at the club, one of Josh's other homies is celebrating a birthday. Yeah.
And this is a homie from the past.
This is a homie that you let go.
Whew, yeah.
Meanwhile, while Josh is entertaining the new homie then the birthday homie pops up. So now we have to run to the back. So now me and Josh are in the corner of the club. I'm standing here. I have Josh placed behind a plexiglass. If you know Josh and you see he's 6'6", he cannot hide behind a plexiglass. So I'm trying to hide Josh behind a little bit of a plexiglass and like be the buffer between the two. So at this point we're like, okay, so what we gonna do? We either gonna speak and make it awkward, or speak and not make it awkward. Because like if you run away, it's gonna be awkward. But if we address it head on, it's not gonna be awkward. So what did we do, Josh?
We bossed up and we addressed it head on.
We sure did walk the fuck up. What's up? Happy birthday! Oh my goodness! I was so excited to see you. We was literally just talking about, I wonder if you're gonna be out tonight. And guess what? You are here. Oh my goodness! Want a drink? Okay, let's go get you a drink. Whoo, skirt.
So as we skirt off, we run into the new homie.
New homie again.
Where you been? Oh, we'll be right back.
We gotta go to the bar. I'm thirsty. I'm so parched.
While there's a drink in my hand.
While there's a drink in your hand. Meanwhile, on the way to that bar, we run into the third homie.
Yep.
Cha.
Yeah. It was. I don't know how people do it. I felt like. There's a movie.
I don't know
about this.
There has to be a movie like this. But then you got another number.
Oh.
So now I'm trying to guard three homies while you getting another number.
I was just living life on the edge.
You were living life on the whole edge. And I thought I was the master maneuver. I have to give it to you because I have never seen someone walk through the club with so much grace and not get caught until they listen to the show this morning. It is so amazing that you were able to pull that off.
I couldn't have done it without you.
You know, I try. At one point, I was even babysitting. I took one homie to the bathroom.
You did.
I definitely took one homie to the bathroom.
You did.
I was like, come on, let's go. Yeah, Josh. Yeah.
But, you guys, I ended up leaving with the new homie. Got a great night.
Okay.
Great morning.
Great. Okay. Okay. Period.
And that's that. That's all you need to know.
And that's that on that. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters, Josh. I'm just happy that I was there to witness this all. So when I'm old and tell my kids, oh, your Uncle Josh was old.
But let's revert back to that night. Remember when I texted you and told you we needed to talk?
Yes.
I didn't like your energy.
What'd I do?
And here we are. I didn't like your energy.
Well, tell me what I did.
You were judging me.
You
were judging me.
I would never judge you.
You were judging me.
When?
I didn't like your facial expressions.
When?
I didn't like your tone. Yes, the music was loud, but you didn't have to get that tone.
What did I say?
I don't recall, but
you know how I made you feel. I'm sorry.
It was your tone.
I apologize.
And I felt like I was judged.
No, Josh. I would never judge you.
No,
if anything, I was
judged.
rooting you on.
No.
I was rooting you on, but I think I know the moment you're talking about because it was a really risky situation. Everybody was at least like 20 meters away from each other.
At the very end?
At the very end. I think that was what you're talking about.
That was not my fault.
I think that's what you're talking. Is that what you're talking about?
I was grabbed.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, but some point throughout that night, I said something. You were like, "Well, let's go. Let's do it. You're doing too much." I was like
you just like, come on, you're doing too much because they was. I don't think you realized, but Chicago was right here on the balcony.
Oh, you saw Chicago?
Yes, that's what I said. Well, come on, let's go. Chicago's right there on the balcony.
You saw Chicago?
Birthday was over here, and new homie was over here. So I think at that moment I was like, well, we need to make an executive decision right now. Wow. What we gonna do?
Wow. Well, at one point when I got tackled by birthday homie, you was talking to the friend.
I was talking to the friend.
Why you need to be talking to the birthday homie?
Because the birthday homie was with us, and maybe I was trying to make a visit.
You sure were.
I was trying to make
because I look up. I was talking to new homie. Birthday homie comes up in between us, pushes me back against the wall.
I was trying to make,
and I look over. You up there kikiing with birthday homie's friend
because I was trying to make sure birthday homie friend had a wonderful visit.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm just that night was not about you.
It was not.
It was about me.
But at that moment,
you lost your job.
I did. I was distracted. I was distracted.
Oh my God! Almost ruined the
I
whole
had a
night.
wonderful date with new person, and I'm not even going to try to. We have. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about them that because that's how I end up single. Every time I bring up somebody I'm talking to on the radio show, they leave me.
Oh,
it's so trash. I don't know what it is. It's like bad karma.
Well, this one seems a little classier than the usual.
This is true. I've stepped it up, guys. I'm so happy.
But yeah, it's too soon to talk about it anyway.
Yes, it is. So we're gonna move around. All right, Josh. You ready to get into these topics for today? All right, guys, it's time for Bitch, You Better Eat.
What's my favorite word?
Number one. Josh, you listened to the show before. You've been on the show before. When I say number one, you have to say number one.
Oh, number one.
With some more enthusiasm.
Number one.
Great. Okay, let's try it again. Number one.
Number one.
Thank you so much. An Arizona man reportedly... Why are you so angry? Jesus. An Arizona man reportedly chokes daughter over an argument about the last slice of pizza. Okay. Let's get into this. Whew, child. Is it ever that serious? That's a question that many are asking in regards to this sad and bizarre report coming from Phoenix, Arizona, where a man is accused of choking his daughter over the last slice of pizza.
Choking her to death?
Well, let's get into it. As reported by WSB-TV, Capricia Chapasha?
Chapasha.
Mm-hmm. Oh, child.
Well, you've heard worse. at your school.
We've heard worse from your family. 41 is currently facing 9 counts of child abuse and 4 counts of aggravated assault after he allegedly choked his 16-year-old daughter following an argument about the final slice of pizza. When the local police arrived at Les Comscos, I'm messing up his name, Chapasha's home, after responding to a child abuse complaint, the teenager victim had a swollen, bruised face, bruises on her abdomen, and scratch marks along her neck. Later, when authorities questioned Chapasha about what happened, he admitted that he had became upset when he discovered that he only had 1 slice of pizza saved for himself, despite his asking his daughter to save him more. Now, Chapasha's daughter stated in addition to splashing water in her face, her father also slapped her a couple times and put his hands around her neck. I can't breathe. And then the police reported details about Chapasha pushed his daughter to the ground, punched her in the stomach, pulled her hair, spat on her, and put her head in the sink, and allegedly punched her in the face. Now, Chapasha is set to make his first court appearance for his charges earlier next week.
Oh, my God. Where was the mama?
He must be a single father.
Lord, the brothers and sisters.
But,
did nobody
you know,
Chapasha's daughter?
I'm not even mad at Chapasha.
Excuse me?
Have you ever had a bomb ass meal the day before?
Oh, you're talking about how.
And you was
Brianna
like,
ate food.
I'm just gonna save this for tomorrow. And all day at work, you was like, oh, I got some greens in the kitchen, in the refrigerator. And I know they're good now because they done settled. Because, you know, like when you first cook the greens, they're good. But after you leave them greens in the refrigerator.
I don't eat greens.
Well, this is for the people out there that do.
Mm-hmm.
After you done let that green sit in the motherfucking refrigerator. This is early. She's just saying bathroom. And I took your friend to the bathroom. But you let that green sit in that refrigerator. And you let the spices and things marinate, you know, and they start to feel good and they start to taste good, and you like, oh God, I can't wait to get home to get these motherfucking greens. You open up that door, you like, yes, let me take my shoes off, take my jacket off, it's time to eat. You got a little dance, you going up to the, when I get these greens in me, it's gonna feel complete. You got a good little groove going on. You open up the refrigerator door to find 1 spoon left.
But this is your daughter.
1 spoonful left for greens.
Your daughter.
Your eyes turn red.
Your daughter.
You black out.
This is your daughter.
You black out.
Oh my God.
You ate my greens.
You're clearly from
my greens.
Gary, Indiana.
In this case, you done ordered a pizza, extra cheese, the works, stuffed crust. You had your mind set on these 6 pieces of stuffed crust pizza that you gonna tear up.
Did Chapasha have an edible?
Chapasha was hungry as hell, so probably. And opened up that box and seen 1 piece left after I done paid $26.96 for this whole ass pizza, and you left me with 1 piece. Yeah. They said that he not only did he push her to the ground, he punched her in the stomach, pulled her hair, spat on her, put her head in the sink, and allegedly punched her in the face. And then we were like, earlier, didn't it say he slapped her a couple times and put his neck around his neck?
His leg around her neck?
Something crazy.
That's not funny.
Have you never been that upset?
No, not to a daughter or a family member. A family member maybe, but
you have siblings. Your
next
siblings
one
never
under me,
ate the last piece of something.
Yes, but the next one under me is a 16-year-old girl, so I wouldn't do all that to her.
It
I would
matter.
get the one under her to do all that to her.
It matter.
I would never.
Oh my goodness! When I tell you that I would have beat somebody to,
So you're saying you're agreeing with what he did?
Yes.
Wow. Next.
Josh, you've never been so angry. You never been so angry
You are
that you
supporting
almost smacked somebody.
what he's doing to his daughter.
I'm not supporting
you
everything
bald-headed
that
hoes.
he's doing to my-
Baffle
but I'm
me.
just saying,
You bald-headed hoes baffle me.
I'm just saying, like,
all that sun getting to the scalp. Just don't have y'all.
I'm not
right.
a bald-headed hoe, first off.
Okay.
Secondly,
well, you haven't been using your drops lately.
I just feel like that's disrespectful. And I can't believe you're going to sit here and lie and say you never been that upset about some food.
Not to the point where I'm going to hit a little girl. Ever.
Anyway. Well, maybe you have an opinion about this. Number 2. Number 2.
2.
There you go. Good job. So Joe Biden said poor kids are just as bright as white kids. All right. So Joe Biden is getting a lot of side eyes this morning after a statement he made last night during a campaign appearance in Iowa. The former vice president and 2020 Democratic presidential candidate said that poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. During a conversation about discrimination experienced by low-income students. Now, this is what he said. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. This is what Biden said during the town hall. He also went on to say, wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it. But think about how we think it, he said. His campaign said that he misspoke and immediately corrected himself. Kate Bedingfield, Biden's deputy campaign manager, said he was making a point that all children deserve a fair shot and children were born into lower income circumstances are just as smart as those that are born to wealthy parents. Regardless of the slip up, it didn't take long for Trump's team to pounce on Biden's mistake. Yikes. Have fun mitigating that, Andrew Clark, Trump's campaign rapid response director, tweeted. That later turned into a back and forth between Trump and Biden's team. Trump is desperate to change the subject from his cautious record of using racism to divide this country, and that's what Bedingfield said. Joe Biden has been under a lot of fire lately over everything, and I think that people are just honestly maybe a little bit tired of Uncle Joe. Because you're not a fan of Uncle Joe?
No.
Now, I know some people did not like Uncle Joe because of what he said about the Anita Hill case back in the back days.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, and I know that some people were also mad at Uncle Joe because they said he was too touchy-feely. And as a touchy-feely person, I took offense to that. Because I don't think Uncle Joe's too touchy-feely. I think that he just like, hey, you hate when I touch you, and we friends. And I don't, But why are you not a friend of Uncle Joe?
I'm not a fan of any. I'm not into politics. I pay attention to what needs to be paid attention to, and I go about my business. But I'm just not a fan of Uncle Joe.
Have you been keeping up with the 20,000 Democratic nominees?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite right now?
You'll know when I vote.
So we can't have this conversation on the talk show?
No.
So we're not going to talk on the talk radio show?
I don't like your tone. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
What do you think about his comments? Now, I understand that Joe I get what he was trying to say. I think it wasn't so much that he was just saying that all white kids are smart, but he was just saying that they may have they have more access to the means to make them a little bit more advanced than those in lower socioeconomical situations, which we see that all the time. We've seen that from the 50s when we look at a white classroom compared to a minority classroom, or when we look at just how the trajectory of a student who may have went to a school that's more affluent and had better books and better computers and things of that nature than those who had older books and older technology in the classroom. We see the disproportionation, if you will, of the education system. So I think that's what he was trying to get to. And I think that when he said white kids, let's just be honest, those usually are white kids in those wealthy schools. But I don't think he meant it like they're trying to take it.
He's smart enough to know how to word that sentence, and he messed it all up. So I have no compassion.
Well, he tried to go back and fixed it.
Mm-mm.
He tried to go back and was like, well, wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids, I really mean it.
That's what he should have said to begin with, not what he said. Poor kids are... No.
Poor kids are just as smart as white kids. If not smarter, because there are a lot of minorities that are getting accepted to Yale, Harvard, Stanford all at once. People, there was that child that had like $1 million worth of scholarship money, and they were African American.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that they're smarter than they. I think it's just resources. I think you just need to say resources. Ooh, Joe, child, just drop out. I really be trying to support him because I think he's a good guy, but he just keep digging a hole for himself.
They all do.
And I just don't know what to do.
They all do.
But I will say this on a political tip. We need to stop bashing all the Democratic nominees and pick parking and all apart and just pick who we want to pick, because this was happened last time in 2016. We nitpicked all the way down to Hillary, and then we nitpicked Hillary so much that we didn't even vote for her, thinking that Trump was not going to win. And the silent minority, they vote. So while we're out here bashing these candidates, let's remember we still have to choose one of them. We still have to choose one of them, people.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect, and we still got to choose one. So y'all get y'all lives together. Number 3. All right. Parents want answers after their young children were transported to day camp on San Diego. On the San Diego sheriff's buses. Hold on. Let me read this right because I'm confused. Parents want answers after their young children were transported to day camp on San Diego sheriff's buses. Let's jump into this because I want to know. It just didn't look right. That's how it starts. Roma Barrington or Bingham. Ramona. That's how you...
Ramona.
I only know ghetto names.
Ramona Bingham.
I only know ghetto names.
Ramona Bingham.
Like I could say, like LaQuisha. I would read that great.
What's your...
I would try it. I can read ghetto names, and I think this goes back to Joe Biden's point. Poor kids are just as smart as
we talk about the bus.
White kids, because I can say Capricia, I can say Latashiniqua, I can say all these ghetto names, but when it comes to like Elizabeth, that's like hard.
It shows your ethnic.
But I also get mad
disability.
when white people can say Kakastashastan or Boxnosovich, but they can't say Latashiana.
But it's the way it's spelled.
Latashiana is spelled like Latashiana.
You know it's the way it's spelled.
But Bakavakovich,
you know it's
all
the
them
way it's
Z's
spelled.
and U's and the back of the throat is. You can pronounce that.
Spelled.
That's a problem. That's what I have a problem with.
Well, there's only one spelling of it. You can't give them 30 different spellings of James and expect them to know every different spelling.
If it's phonetically there, it's phonetically there. Anyways, let's get back to Ramina.
Yeah, Ramona.
Ramina
There's
was
no
dropping
I.
her goddaughter off at day camp and was completely caught off guard when what looks like a prison inmate bus pulled up. Now on Thursday,
Ramona. Oh my goodness.
Relashia, 7-year-old granddaughter, was taken to a surf camp in a more affluent community of Del Mar via the San Diego Parks and Rec program. She thought about it and how it would look like a bunch of black and brown kids from Southeast San Diego being paraded around a rich neighborhood looking like prisoners. She had something to say. She said that was unacceptable, Babam said, adding that the day camp employees were just as shocked as her by the choice of transportation. They're normally transported by a van. Who made this decision? Are you for real? The sheriff's office told the Shade Room. Oh, hey, y'all. What up to the Shade Room? Why is this even in here? I'm not even going to read the rest of the story. Anyways.
I'm waiting.
Fuck the Shade Room. No, just playing. Love you, Shade Room. The Shade Room that they were asked to provide their buses for the Star Power program, a nonprofit group that may not always have the resources to pay for tour buses. They say, we strongly believe in making connections with the people we serve, said the department's Lieutenant Justin White. These programs provide a platform to establish a dialogue and foster an understanding of law enforcement community. We want the youngest members of the community to know that they can always come to the deputy for help. He continued. He said that the deputies took the kids to Daymar on Thursday so they can participate in a surf camp. When we receive a call for help from a nonprofit and community groups, we also provide assistance. We will always gladly oblige. He added that the buses are multifunctional and are cleaned out every night before being used for special events. He says our goal is simply to support our parents in achieving their mission to serve our communities, ensure that our children have a safe journey to their destination, and for the children to have a positive encounter with law enforcement. Now, Bang and other parents said that they're upset because officials did not communicate that their children will be traveling in the sheriff's buses when they signed up permission slips. Bing said they made a bad choice and they don't want to acknowledge it. If they want to transport kids by inmate buses, they should have let it be known, because it should be a B right there. The driver was dressed in his uniform. That's just not the image I want to introduce my 7-year-old to. So I guess the question is, are they overreacting?
No. I'm not having my kid get dropped off at the beach on no sheriff's bus, prison bus. No. You know what those buses look like? They're not even nice buses. They're prison buses. You could barely see out the windows. Like, no. Mm-mm.
I agree. Now, as I was reading the story, I did think LaByBang was being a little extra.
Ramona Bingham.
Tomato. Remember. Now, I thought she was being a little extra, but now that I'm really getting into it and thinking about it, yeah, I don't think I would want my child to be escorted around on some type of...
And Del Mar is not a bad area. It's a nice area.
It's a nice area in San Diego. So do you think that, honestly, they just may have ran out of buses?
Well, they said they didn't have a nonprofit or whatever reached out to them, and they didn't have the necessary needs to transport all the kids. But if you're sending your kid to surf camp, you could have upped them fees just a little bit more to get a damn bus.
Yeah, because they have the money. But it's also little brown and black and brown children. But I don't know the area. So this also to play devil's advocate. If it was a bunch of white kids getting on the sheriff's bus, do you think they still would have had the same reaction to it just being a bus? Because I've never been to a surf camp, and I don't know what the San Diego area looks like because I've never been to San Diego. So I don't know how close the beach is to where they need to be, because usually when I went to camps, my parents would drop me off at the campsite. We never had the transport from a drop-off spot to where the camp was going to be.
Which one's below us? Sacramento or San
Diego?
I think
San Diego's below us. If you know the California map, please let us know. But I think San Diego's below us.
So that's why she said black and brown, because San Diego's close to Mexico. So it's probably a lot of Mexican kids also.
Yeah. I'm a little indifferent because I don't feel like it was racially driven. I don't feel like they was like, you know what we're going to do?
I don't think so either.
We're going to put them little brown kids on the bus.
Yeah, I don't think that. But the people who were in charge of the camp should have definitely communicated. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, that's a hard thing. Like, oh, by the way, your kid's going to be on a sheriff's department bus.
Well, I think what they did, they reached out for help. When you're playing the bus or you're playing any type of event, you want to make sure that you.
But there's a smart way to market that. Like, as you're marketing it, you have to say like, "Oh, this nonprofit is teaming up with the blah 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 sheriff's department, and we will blah blah blah."
Yeah, but also
you can't make it a surprise.
In my mind, it's like, hey, we're providing transportation. That's what the parents need to know. On the back end of things, I'm planning it. I know who has transportation. The sheriff department. We have a connection with them. Let's talk to the sheriff department. Let's see if we can get some of their buses, or let's see if we can get some type of transportation for them. I'm not thinking that they're going to pull up in the prisoner bus to take my children there. I may think they may have one of the shuttle buses. They may have like one of the little SUVs or something. I wouldn't think they will pull up in the inmate bus. if I'm planning this event. That's not my first thought. That the inmate bus is going to pull up.
If you're planning this event, you know how many people are attending.
Yeah.
So you know it ain't going to be no van.
It may be a van. They didn't say it was the little yellow bus.
There is no little yellow sheriff's department bus.
It may be.
You've seen the bus in your neighborhood, so I know.
I have not seen that bus in my neighborhood.
In Gary?
I'm not from Gary, so I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And where are you from? Oh, okay.
The wealthiest part of Kentucky.
The lies.
The not.
The lies. The hills.
No.
The hills have eyes.
Mm-mm.
Murray, Kentucky.
Is voted number 1 on the retirement
Number 1
list.
on the retirement list because they all retired from being farm workers and killing niggers. All right.
What?
Number 4. I don't know how many times we got to go over this. Number 4. Thank you. Bernie Sanders makes a promise to tell us about aliens if he's elected president.
Oh,
This
number
is my
5.
favorite
Where's
story
number 5?
of the day. All right.
Number 5.
My aliens just came through from Area 51 after hearing about the news, and he's hype as fuck. Yes. As the presidential candidates are out here making promises to the public, to secure the presidency, Bernie Sanders just came through. See, this is what happens when you get stories from the shade room. I just want to see that. You see that? Just came thought. Mm-hmm. With another one, I just want to say, shade room, they grammar check. Oh my goodness, Negroes over there can't read and write. I see what Bernie Sanders said. White kids are just as, or poor kids can be just as smart as white kids. Because if they had a white kid writing the story, it would have been right. But shout out to the shade room. During an interview with Joe Rogan Experience, Bernie said that he'll let the public know if aliens are real if he learns any tea about them. Now, this is what he said. Well, this is what Joe Rogan asked. See, you can't even see. You see how this story is written? I can't even tell you what's going on. I'm about to give them a story. All right. If you got into office and you found out something about aliens, if you found something about UFOs, would you let us know? This is what Rogan asked. I guess he was on the show with Rogan, but Joe Rogan. There we go. All right. Bernie responded by saying his wife would demand him to. He says, well, I'll tell you. My wife would demand that I let you know. Rogan said, is your wife a UFO note? Sanders says, no, she's not a UFO note. She goes, Bernie, what's going on? Do you know? Do you have any access? Rogan said, do you have any access? You'll let us know, right? And Bernie says, all right, we'll announce it on the show. How's that? Well, that's cool. Being that the race for president has more candidates than we can count on our fingers, is Bernie's promise appealing to you?
5.
Well, no, he keeps promising to keep us in the loop about aliens. Bernie also talks about his thoughts on other policies, and he speaks on universal health care and student loan forgiveness, just to name a few. So I don't know. I don't know if this joke started off as a question. The question started off as a joke, which I would imagine.
That whole thing was
a
joke.
Like, I would honestly want to know about aliens. Do you believe there's aliens in Area 51?
I don't know where Area 51 is.
It's right in Las Vegas, Nevada area, like right off the curse. It's supposed to be like where their whole aliens, where they have the secret testing for all this stuff. Do you think that there's aliens there? Because there's not even a fence to keep you out. It's a sign that says if you trespass, you will be killed.
They train people. If they have a whole motorcade waiting for people to just get back and forth, say the Secretary of State, there's always a motorcade waiting outside of their house while they're asleep, even car running, being that protective whatever for that person. You really don't think they have somebody hiding up in the hill?
I know they say you were killed, but I know that there's security there. But why? Do you think?
Because it's
back to the question at hand.
Oh,
do you think there are aliens in Area 51?
No. I think there's some high-tech equipment there
Do you think the A-bomb's there, the atom bomb's there? What are they protecting? What are they hiding from us?
I don't work there.
The raid is coming up. September 21st, September 15th,
What raid?
14th. We're storming Area 51. Have you not been on the internet?
They tried that once and it got shut down. Why do you think they pushed
It
it
hasn't
back?
happened. Yeah. So that way we can get more people. They can't
It's not
shoot
gonna
us
happen.
all.
It's not gonna happen.
I want to see the aliens, and I think I may vote for Bernie just to see where the aliens
It's
are.
not gonna happen.
I want him to tell us about these aliens.
It's not gonna happen.
I love Men in Black.
There's some stuff that regular people like us, should not know.
And that's what's going on in Area 51.
We don't need to know.
Stuff regular people
we don't know
should
how to
not
handle certain information.
I think there's aliens there. That's why they're hiding it.
Number 5.
And I also think that Bernie will be the president
Number
to tell
5.
us about it.
Kelvin,
I'm
you're
surprised
getting really
that-
bad at this. Number 5.
I think that they don't tell Trump that. I think that's one thing he doesn't know. I don't know if he honestly knows that there's an Area 51. Because they definitely would keep him away. He's like, I'm 45. I can't worry about 51. We ain't made it there yet.
That was horrible.
That's what I think.
It was horrible.
I think that's
Thoughts.
exactly why they don't tell him about it. Because he would spill the beans. I bet you he's never been to that part. I bet he's never taken a flight to Area 51.
You don't know what he's done.
I know he
It's
hasn't been
kept
there.
Secret.
He's been trying to build this wall, not
For
knowing
a
that the aliens are right
reason.
there. The aliens that he's trying to keep out are already here in Area 51. He don't even know that. And he gonna build a wall around the aliens so the aliens can't get out. So we can't get out when the aliens take over Area 51.
Why do you think nobody knows anything about Area 51?
Because there are aliens there.
Because people like us should not know everything.
Exactly. And I'm okay with not knowing everything.
Then mind your damn business. and
I
leave
am minding
Area
my business
51
and knowing
alone.
that there's aliens in Area 51. I
You
just
don't
want to know what
nothing.
type of alien. Is it a tall alien? What do the aliens look like? Do they look
Oh
like
my
us?
God.
Because I think that the aliens may look like us. I don't think they got like 5 eyes and they got like long ass extensions. I think they may also maybe like, evolution.
Shapeshifter?
Yeah, well, yeah, they may be shapeshifters, but like how evolution is like they start with like a tadpole, and then the fish came to the earth and they had like little legs, and then they started made a beard, and they grew into like a ape, and then the ape went on to become a human. I think that may be how these aliens may be. They may be a more developed version of a human or an underdeveloped version of a human. I don't think that they look like something weird. I think they just may be like an in-between thing. Like they may be like in between a human and a fish. Or they may be between like a human and a dinosaur.
I'm sorry.
Or maybe Area 51 is where they have the dinosaurs. Because where did the dinosaurs go?
They died.
How?
Are you serious?
Allegedly it was an asteroid, right? Allegedly. Allegedly an asteroid came and blew up the earth.
Yeah.
And then it all came back.
I'm sorry, I just woke up.
Because
Are we still on number 4?
I am, because
Are we
I
going to number
really
5?
I have so many questions about Area 51 and aliens, because I really think they do believe. There's no way God only put us out here.
Ask Breon.
There's Brian's not an alien. There's no way the guy said, you know what? Well, Earth is cool. That was fun. That was a cool project. There's no way. None.
Number 5.
There is something out there, and they have them at Area 51.
And now we have number 5.
And if I leave out today
Oh my God.
and I die, it's because they got me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Who's storming in September?
Number 55.
I'm storming in September.
Oh, 5, just 5.
Let me get it. And another number 5. That was your chance. You've been wanting
I've said 5 so many
You've been
times.
wanting me to
I'm
move
not
on.
saying it
You've been
again.
wanting me to move on.
I've
since the
said
beginning of
5
the show.
several times, and I'm not saying
Since the
it
beginning
again.
of this show, you've been wanting me to move
You
on.
want to put these
And
headphones
now-
down and throw some hands?
And now that it's time to move on, you don't want to.
I moved on a long time ago.
Number 5. Number 5. A Texas police department is under fire for a picture showing their officers walking a black man on a leash.
They knew better than that.
Mhm.
And it wasn't a leash.
Well, let's just get into the story.
Oh.
People are demanding answers from the Galveston Police Department after pictures of two officers on horseback walking a handcuffed black man on a leash goes viral. The picture, which has been shared by social justice activists, including Sean King, shows the handcuffed man walking between the two mounted officers as they lead him on a leash to a mounted patrol unit. All right. The incident was reported to happen on last Saturday. Police said that the man in the picture is 43-year-old Donald Neely. That's an easy name because that's a black name. He was arrested and charged with a criminal trespassing, according to police. Authorities added that they were familiar with Neely and were aware that he had been warned against trespassing at the location where he was arrested. Many people deemed the picture racist in the nature, and the police department chief responded by saying, although this is a trained technique and the best practice in some scenarios, I believe an officer showed poor judgment in this instance and could have waited for a transport unit at the location of the arrest. Mm-hmm. Officers did not have any malicious intent at the time of the arrest, but we have immediately changed the policy to prevent this use of technique and will review all mounted training and procedures for more appropriate methods. Police used body cameras, and they were active at the time of the man's arrest. Ultimately, the department's sentiments were that it understands the negative perception of the arrest, and the officers believe that it is more appropriate to stop using the leash technique. Now, I've seen the pictures, and I understand that Old Town Road has spent 18 weeks on the Billboard charts, and he may have some horses in the back, but there's no way that they thought tying that man up and parading him down the street. I don't know if it was parading him down the street or what it was, but making him walk next to the horses was okay. Even in the police car, you get the ride in the back. They don't make you walk next to the car. Why can't he get on the horse?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Why can't he just get on the horse?
Do they have horses in Cali?
Because that's what I was thinking. Like, they got one police officer here on the horse, another police officer on the left side, him in the middle with little ties on him. Why can't he just ride the back of the horse? I feel like if he rode the back of the horse, it wouldn't be all this dramatic.
Do they have horses in Cali, though?
I've also never been arrested or seen somebody arrested by a cop on a horse.
Well, if you would answer my damn question.
I don't think they do.
I think they do, and I think they're supposed to wait until a car comes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've seen. I've always seen them wait. I don't think I've ever seen them walk anybody. I don't think I've ever seen them walk anybody down the street by horse.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Like, I don't think I've ever seen somebody walk down the street by horse neither. And
but I do think, just from being in Indiana and Kentucky, I think I've seen somebody on the horse.
I would think that that's where they were supposed to go.
How would they get up there? Because they don't have arms to get themselves up there.
And the horse can't get... Well, they don't train the horse to lay down first?
Not for, like, the officer. They don't put the horse down. They just get up on the thing.
They just jump up there?
They got a little thing they step on.
So the people can't step on that, too?
They have no arms to...
Well, they can support... The officer should support them.
No.
Like, when you get in a police car, they push your head down to get in. They can lift you up. If you can bring me down,
oh my God,
you can lift me up. They just talked about them putting the little brown and black kids on the prison bus because they want a better relationship with the law enforcement. But they can't lift this black brother up to be on the horse. If Lil Nas X can have this country song at #1 for 18 weeks, this little black man can ride the horses in the back on the Old Town Road to jail on the back of that horse.
What? They were in Texas?
I believe so. Let me see. Let me go back up. Ooh, child. Ooh, from the beginning of the story. Okay. I don't even know. It just says Galveston.
It sounds like Texas.
It sounds like somewhere southern. But
Yeah, they should have waited for a car. Because, yeah, they weren't thinking at all.
They weren't thinking at all. Maybe they had something to do.
Or all the cars were taken. I don't know. That was
maybe people were handing another. I'm trying to see from both ends. But it actually was rather ridiculous.
But in the picture, it didn't look like. Never mind. I can't. That's just me on the outside looking in. It didn't look like he was like upset about the walk either.
No, he was more so like, shit, I gotta go to jail. But they said that he had been trespassing before, so he probably knew that he was going to get arrested. So, but I think people are just upset with how it was handled, which I can understand. But I don't know. I'm happy that they're going to review it and they're going to try to see what's going on, because this was just like, I'm trying to think, have I ever been arrested? I've never been arrested. But have I ever seen somebody get arrested by somebody on a horse? I seen a motorcycle pull some people over, but I never seen a horse pull somebody over. Have you ever been pulled over by somebody on a horse?
They don't pull you over.
Like if you driving, can they pull you over if they on the horse?
No, horses do like parades and events.
So why they got the man on the horse and they doing parades and events? Because they was parading him, but it wasn't no other parades. It wasn't no floats. I ain't seen nobody handing out no candy, no nothing.
Well, you only saw one picture.
Tis is true. So maybe he was in the middle of the parade.
I wouldn't say in the middle of a parade, but he was definitely at an event or something.
I need more details. I just need a little bit more details, and then I can get into that. But I am happy that they're going to fix it, and they're working on fixing it. Because there's also things like the death penalty that I believe that is inappropriate, and they're working on that, you know. Even when they're thinking about getting that man in El Paso, the murderer that killed those people in El Paso, Texas, he's going against the death penalty.
I don't disagree.
You think he should die?
I mean, I don't think what he did was good.
I don't know. I'm not saying what he did was good at all. God rest their souls and bless those families that have to go through that tragic and have to deal with that and unpack that. But I don't know. I just never thought taking a life for a life was good. Now, should he rot in jail for the rest of his life? Heck yeah. But I don't know. I just think the death penalty is weird.
I'm indifferent, because if you do something like that, I feel like it should be applied. But like if you never hear of the death penalty for like a not so bad crime. Like it's always the worst crime. So yeah, I feel like in that case, maybe it should be applied. Like, because it's not, you don't get it for stealing a car. You don't get it for selling drugs.
Yeah, it's like corporal
punishment. He literally
punishment.
Picked out people to kill in a public place. Children, parents, all that. So I think maybe that should be applied to him.
Yeah. I just don't like the whole eye for an eye type of mentality.
But my thing
is
like
how can I go to jail for killing somebody and then you kill me? You should go to jail. No? I'm crazy?
I mean, what's that teach the next mass shooter? Oh, it's fine. I'll just sit in jail the rest of my life. No.
This is true.
Bitch, if you do that, you dead too. It's teaching a lesson in my eyes.
I get it. I just think a lot of our rules in America are just really weird. And that's one of them that always was mind-boggling to me. That and the Second Amendment. Like, I understand people love their guns and get you a gun, protect yourself, whatever, whoop-de-whoop-whoop-whoop. But, like, my grandfather was a hunter, right? And he had guns in his storage back at home in Fort Wayne. He had deer, he had hunting dogs, he had all that stuff. But I've never seen him with, like, a big, stupid rifle or, like, a big, stupid AK-47. He had, like, regular-ass hunting guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why we need to sell these other types of guns, because he was a master hunter. Like, if you don't know how to kill a deer with the regular-ass little shotgun, then maybe this sport is not for you. Am I crazy? Like, why do you need that type of machinery? Like, what else? What else are you doing with that type of stuff? Like, no, honestly, like, what do you tell the people when you purchasing it? Like, oh yeah, I need this for. Like, what? I've never got a gun permit, so maybe some people out there that have a gun can like tell me like what the process is, because I want to know like is there a questionnaire like why do you need this type of machinery? Like, why? What is your intentions with it? Because it can't be like, oh yeah, I need this for blase blase yada yada yada.
I don't think you have to tell them anything.
I think that's a problem.
That is a problem.
Like, they should have like a 50 question questionnaire, just like when you apply for a job and you got to answer all them things and they got to read your stability if you can handle situations. They should do the same thing when purchasing a gun. Now, granted, I don't have a gun, so I don't know if these things are already in place. But I really just think that it should not be that easy to buy AK-47. I also don't think they should be on the market. Like, I understand other people like, well, it's just like drugs. If you say you can't have it, then people still going to get it. But yeah, they're going to try to get it, but let's make it a little bit harder for them to get it. Let's not just put it out there so them to buy it at the local Walmart. Call me old-fashioned. Call me lame. Call me whatever you want to call me. But don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah. There should only be like a certain amount of, or certain types of guns you can purchase. I don't think the most extreme should be available.
Well, that's that on that. And that's it for Bitch You Better Read.
What's my favorite word?
All right. Now, since Chris isn't here, I was left to my own devices. So, this is the topic. All right, so today the topic is online dating. We've all done it. We all have an app. We've all swiped left. We've all swiped right. We've all slid into a DM. I want to know, do you think that online dating is helping or hurting us? Josh, there's only two of us in the room. You thinking about it?
Let me get my do I have my thinking cap on?
I can't really tell. You have so much hair.
Oh, never mind. It's going to give you a hair compliment back, but no.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't really fit.
Fuck are you?
I think it's hurting us because it's not giving us that one-on-one, old school type of approach and connection. So I'm not for online dating.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I think
like every time I meet somebody that online, I'm upset that I met them online. Like, why couldn't we have met any other way? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Do you think that if you meet them online, it lowers the expectations of you getting to know them seriously because how you met them?
I mean, that's what people make it, I guess. If I meet you and I connect with you, I'm going to try to, pursue it as if whatever, like we met in person. But I wouldn't say, I don't know. Like I wouldn't say, actually I would say, because every time you say you meet on an app and somebody's like, well, you know how we met, so it's whatever. Like that's not, I don't think that's a good way to, you can't, like somebody's always gonna, not always, but some people like to throw it back like, oh, we met like this, so it's whatever. It's not serious anyway.
Well, I think that's when you go into with the intentions of hooking up from an app situation. Because if it started off as a jump off.
Do you think that you can get on the app, hook up with somebody, and then keep it going to a relationship?
Sometimes, yes.
Depending on
the person. Because sometimes when you're on an app, whether it be Tinder, Jack Grindr, Gruff, Scuff, black people meet. What's it called? Whatever your dating choice of app. Sometimes on there, you may just honestly be just trying to find a genuine connection or somebody to talk to. When I had the apps, I used to literally start off with conversation because I was bored. I just want somebody just to connect with and talk to and try to get to know somebody. And then a lot of times they weren't trying to get to know nobody. They're just trying to get to know somebody, if you know what I mean. And that sometimes causes a problem. But when you go and actually have a conversation after you make that initial, like, let's meet up, you may actually find that the person is a lot more cooler than what you honestly thought they were before. So if they find some connection through that, I don't think that's bad. But I also think that it cheapens the relationship if that's all they can think about is at first that we hooked up before anything else. It's like going on a date. And you go on a date, you hook up on the first date. That's what I think. But I also think that it hinders you getting to know somebody because depending on what app it is, the first thing that comes to mind may be they just want sex.
True.
Even Tinder is starting to become like a big sex app.
LinkedIn was starting to get a little out of control, and then it took a different turn. But yeah, LinkedIn was getting a little. People were just trying to use.
People was getting spicy on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't mind. Hey,
because you
LinkedIn
can see what kind of job they have.
Yeah, you can see how affluent they are. You can see their social circle. You can see where they know their connections. I may have to try LinkedIn. No, but I always still have this fantasy of like meeting my future husband like at the fucking grocery store.
Gay.
I just want I want him to bump his card into mine and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was just reaching for this." Thanks to grapes.
Is that like a twink fairy tale?
First off, I'm not a twink.
Okay.
Stop calling me a twink. Right. I am slender. I have a beard, so I can't be a twink. Anyways, so and the person I'm currently talking to, we did not meet on the app.
Where'd y'all meet?
He says that I came up to him out one night and started a conversation. It was like, here's my number. Give me your phone. Let me put my number in your phone. And that's how I got his number.
So you did the old school way.
I did it the old school way, allegedly. And because you know me, that's just not usually how I go. So I must have been feeling myself that night. I don't know what was going on, but I'm happy I did it. So that's that way. On Sunday, I did get a number Sunday. But they text is dry as fuck. You was busy, so you didn't even see that go down.
No, it was the one that was staring by the stage.
Yeah, the one that was staring by the stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was very aware.
It's like, oh, hi, good morning.
Because I almost pulled you back. I was like, we didn't ask permission to, we didn't talk about this first. And when you get any type of courage, you gotta,
I just go. You go.
No, your friends got to watch out for you because you don't always make the right decisions.
Well, you have to go for it then. Okay.
No.
And I went for it then.
No.
But anyways, child never getting a text back. But anyways, yeah. So it's just like I always had that fantasy of meeting somebody out in person. I always think about like how our parents have these long ass relationships and they didn't have dating apps and stuff like that. But I also guess the times were a little bit different. Mm-hmm. It could help somebody who may be a little bit more shy or may not go out because they don't have the time to go out. Their work is busy. So when it comes to Saturday nights or things like that, they don't want to do that. And also, I don't like approaching people at the club. I may see you at the club, may think you fine as hell, may think you may be gorgeous, but I'm not going to walk up to you. Because I also feel like at the club, people are either drunk as fuck, mm-hmm. they're with their friends, or they're looking for what the move is afterwards. Mm-hmm. And I don't want people like to misread what I'm trying to say or to misjudge or anything like that because, So I always feel like it's a double-edged sword. Like, and then if you go home later and sign their DMs, they're like, why do you say nothing out, you creep? And it's just really weird. But I have found some people that I've seen out before and slid in their DMs.
I think that if I see someone out, I speak, I introduce myself, and then if I see them again, then that's when I give them my number, depending on my intoxication level. But I do think that I should wait. Me personally, I think I should wait till the second time I see them to make any type of move if it's in person.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword. Because I've had some, well, no. All the homosexuals I met were on the app. They're probably on the app looking for a space. That's probably why they found me.
And you ain't got no room, so I don't know why you keep asking people to come.
People come over here. Just, child, we is full. The inn is full.
The inn is full.
Oh, my goodness. Child, Jesus be a whole fence and a roof for these hoes. They ain't got no houses. Jesus be a parking garage so they can lay down and shelter themselves from the rain because I cannot shelter you no more. Jesus be a job that you can get so you can pay your rent so you don't have to try to stay with me. Jesus be a shelter. That's what Jesus needs to be.
But yeah,
I'm sorry. I went on a tangent.
I prefer the in person. I think I will remember our interaction more that way if we met like in a club or just out and about, like at the gym. I think that's cool. But like people nowadays don't have the confidence in person as they do online. They can hide behind their pictures. They can hide behind social media. They want to use their thumbs to get all the work done for them instead of just using your voice and having that in-person connection off the jump.
I just think it makes it more genuine in person.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I agree. I like in-person connections.
How do you shoot your shot in person? Because I know I'm awkward.
You are.
I am very awkward. And especially if I have a crush on you already, I won't say nothing. You seen this in person.
It's Friday. You were awkward.
Yeah. So awkward.
So
awkward. You know I am. And that's why I don't say nothing.
You know what I almost did?
What'd you almost do?
I almost flirted for you. No, I almost flirted just to piss you off so you would, like, try to intervene. I was like, you know what? I'm about to just fuck this all up. Like, here I go. I'm about to just flirt. And if you get mad, maybe he'll say something. Like, I was really about to do it.
I'm so awkward. I'm so weird.
Very. And I have no idea why.
I don't know. It's something that's always been there. Like, I can have a wonderful conversation. I'm very personable. I'm actually really shy. Like, I force myself to be outgoing. But if I like you, my shyness is kicking in and I'm shutting down. We're not, what? We can't even talk really. Like, what?
Then what is the point of having a crush? You just like to keep it a secret?
Yeah, it may be the rejection.
Lame.
And it may just be like, I'm awkward. Like, what do you say? Like, hey, I'm Kelvin.
I've been rejected.
I like your hat.
I've been rejected by people who later come and like, hey, what's up? I'm like, no.
All the time. Especially on the apps.
No.
People see me on the app and they're like, oh. But then they see me in person and they're like, hey, what's good? God bless you on your journey. Yeah, one shot, one chance. What you going to do? But I don't know. That was the question of the day. Well, that's actually what's the topic. Are dating apps helping or hurting us?
Hurting.
And I want to know what the people got to say.
Hurting.
We got 2 chat rooms going on. Let me see if anybody's in the chat. Oh, I don't know how to work that.
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah, you can phone a friend. But honestly, what will be the next step of dating?
Dang,
like
I
after...
can't phone a friend who's already married, huh?
No, that'd be inappropriate.
Dang.
Because they haven't been on a dating app in a while.
That's
but I just wonder, like, what's going to be the next step of dating? Like, we've already done this app time and things like that, which leads us to our next question. It must be a dating episode. Maybe because you here and I feel like you know all my dirt and all the people I done talked to. But it's time. Oh, you gonna call? No, call somebody. Phone a friend because we want to know. The phone's ringing.
Don't you hate when? Oh.
Why are you calling me on the radio?
Are you listening to the radio?
Who?
What did you just say on regular phone?
I said, why are you calling me on the regular phone?
Oh, well, because I'm on the radio and I had to call a friend.
Bitch, for what?
What's up? Welcome to the Get Right Radio Show. What's your name?
My name is
Oh, what's good, Nick? Welcome to the show. We are here in the middle of a conversation in the topic of online dating. We want to know, has it helped us or has it hurt us as a society?
I think it has hurt us
Why?
as a society.
Why?
Because you're not able to like meet people in person and actually like have genuine conversation. I think we just look at pictures and stuff and have these fantasies of people, and then it's like we have these fantasies, and then when we meet people, it just doesn't work out. It's like, oh, I didn't think this is how you were, so that's why dating doesn't really work online.
So you think the preconceived fantasy of how this person is based upon filters and aesthetics and angles that they may have manufactured
you don't even know how
online.
these
You are
people.
using all these big old words.
Because we was on the radio and I'm motherfucking educated.
Okay. Look, basically it don't work. I mean, my thing is you have to just have an open mind, but I think people really like are going to only post their best online. You're not going to see the bad qualities of somebody, online. So dating them is not going to work out unless you actually meet them in person.
What if you have met these people in person before, say in school, and then you try to shoot your shots a few years later online?
Bitch. I think that's fine. My thing is, I feel like if you know this person, if you've seen this person and like
Interacted before,
in person or whatever, I think that's totally fine if you shoot your shot that way. But if I'm trying to talk to somebody in California and I'm in Kentucky, no.
Now, Nick, you're a little bit of an IG thought.
Oh.
Has people ever slid in your DMs?
Bitch,
Yes.
is this on the radio for real?
Has
Yes.
anyone ever tried to slide in your DMs?
Of course.
Now, can you take anyone serious that slid in your DMs? Like,
I think if it's genuine conversation, like if it's about, what's up, like you hot, you cute, you this, I'm like, boy, okay, chill out. But if it's somebody who's really trying to talk to me or whatever, I think I could, fuck with that.
yeah. Because I don't know if it's awkward, like, I may see you out at it. Because I was just explaining, like, I don't like talking to people out at a club or at a party.
Kelvin can see his crush, a.k.a. saw his crush on Friday, and completely froze up.
Well, I speak. Just
Boy,
like when I see Track Crest,
that's on you.
I speak
that's
to Crack
you
Crest.
thing. That's not them.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, social media has made, because you would go and DM them. Would you? Would
Wait,
you not?
you DM'd them while they was at the club?
No, I have class, have proof.
No. I'm just saying, like, later on, you would have you. I think Kelvin would later on DM this person instead of saying what all he needed to say that night.
I always think that I don't know how.
Kelvin, are you one of them that DMs and be like, I saw you last night?
Oh,
No.
Are you not?
No.
Kelvin.
No. Only if I. No. Like, I would not do that. I wouldn't say I saw you last night. Maybe like a couple of days later, like maybe like I will never lead the conversation with I saw you here.
Well, isn't that what Chris did? Chris did that one time, and he was like,
Why are y'all calling people's names out on the radio?
Because Chris is
Chris
on the
Chris
radio.
co-hosts the show, but he's not here today.
Chris. Shit, I thought you meant somebody else.
No.
I'm like, what?
Chris.
Damn, y'all blasted.
Well, what we talked about last time, Chris went on social media to find the girl. He knew that she took a picture and tagged the place that they were at. So he then went to find her that way. Is that creepy to you?
Get the fuck out of here. I mean, my thing is, I mean, that could be cute in a way, but that's low-key kind of creepy.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you should shoot your shot then. You should sell
Yeah,
yourself
like,
then.
people
You
in
should
person,
really.
I feel like I would rather somebody talk to me in person.
That to me
and
tells
say,
me
hey,
you don't have
I think
confidence
that
to
you're
talk to me.
attractive.
But this is
Person
also
like
the
me on
thing.
Instagram.
What if the opportunity to speak to you in person never arrives? You may be with your friends. You may be
What
over
do you
here.
mean
You
it
may be
never
this.
arrived? If we're in the
Hold
same
on. He's
vicinity
explaining
of
it.
each other.
Like, you may be
explaining
with your friends. Somebody else may be in your face. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm a cool off right
Nick,
now.
for example, you always go out with like a big group of people.
A big group of people.
So say I approached you and the twins are there, Deontay's there, all your other friends are there, Jeremy's there, and everybody's now just looking at
Well,
you.
first of all, if Jeremy's there, bitch, you better slow down.
Well, I'm saying as an outsider
Agreed,
looking
okay.
in, if I see you out and I don't know who any of these people are, I'm thinking this is your group of friends that you're with.
Yeah.
And I approached you, I might not approach you because of the amount of people that you're with, and your friends look very vocal, and they'll be like.
But my thing is, my friends will just be like, "Bitch, who's that?" But now, I mean,
they would give a face. They probably bump in and trying to interview you. Also,
you're not trying to date my friends. You're trying to date me.
But
so why are
I'm
you
talking
even worried
about
who's around?
That's a good point.
Because they're gonna be around regardless.
That's a good point.
But the friends can eliminate the approach.
Oh, definitely.
Like with me,
not for me.
Like with me, yeah, with me. If somebody approach Kelvin, I'm like,
yeah,
what's up?
Me too, especially I don't approve.
Hi,
Excuse me, okay. Bathroom break.
But that's the thing. That's none of your business. My thing is, I feel like if I'm like, say if I was single and shit, and I was trying to meet somebody, and I saw them out, and they had some friends around them, you just look for those opportunities when they like are on the side or when they walk off by themselves, like. Shit like that or whatever. You don't just sit there and walk up when they're having the time of their life on the dance floor. Like, you got to kind of play it, by ear type shit by sight. I mean, you just got to look for the opportunity. You can't just not approach somebody and then sit there and be mad about it.
So give us your perfect way of approaching somebody out in the club.
Or just in a public setting.
Yeah. How do you approach somebody in a public setting?
How would you approach somebody not via social media?
I think
paint a picture of where you are. An example. It doesn't have to be something you've actually done, or it can be something you've actually done. But just paint a picture of communicating with somebody or approaching somebody not social media.
Okay, so let's do day party. So we had a day party type thing or whatever, and somebody that I think is very attractive is by the bar. I would walk over to the bar or whatever, get a drink. I mean, because that's what I'm doing anyway. But at the same time, I would get next to them so I could approach them and just say, hey, how are you doing? My name's Nick. Like, I literally would just lead like that versus being like, oh, you're very attractive.
Yeah, I would never start with saying you're very attractive.
And just every time you see them, you gradually get in, their circle. You don't just, like, off the top, just be like, oh, I want to be with you. Oh, I want to talk to you. I always get people's Instagrams too. Like, that's a good way of like keeping up with people.
Yeah, I'm definitely an Instagrammer. I usually do that. It's usually like, hey, what's your name? Where you from?
I've never approached somebody and been like, hey, what's your Instagram?
I don't want people to have my number at first. So I would say, here's my Instagram or
this
whatever.
Is true.
Just hit me up on that.
I'm weird about any of my. I'm private. I don't like people on my Instagram. Nobody I've messed with in California has my Instagram. Well,
that's because you're not trying to get to know them.
Oh, Nick.
That's what I said. The same thing, Nicholas.
Okay.
If you just fucking somebody, you get on the app and be like, boom, 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 pow, pow, pow. But other
bang,
than
bang.
that, I mean, if you're really trying to talk to this person, you're gonna try to show them your life a little bit.
Well, no, I'm saying anybody. There's only one person that I've ever messed with, and I mess with people for about a good 8-9 months before it all goes to hell. They don't have my Instagram. The last one doesn't have my Instagram.
That's a you thing.
I said that. I don't like to put. I like my stuff to stay private. Like I also don't want social media
to. Do you expect somebody to
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay.
I don't like for social media to get in the middle of anything. Like I don't want to look at something and be like, oh, you like this person's picture, you liked your ex's picture, like you still do. I don't want to do any of that, so I separate myself from it.
That's insecurity.
No, it's not. It's me separating myself from social media. Social media is a destroyer.
Me and Jeremy have been together.
Are we talking about his personal?
If Jeremy goes and likes somebody's picture, I'm gonna be like, oh, he's cute too. My thing is.
That's because y'all have that type of relationship. I don't want that.
Liking a picture is nothing. Bitch, what? Liking a picture is nothing compared to going up to somebody and kissing them.
And that's nothing to you.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't care if you like somebody's picture.
Okay, some people care. Right. I care. I don't like that.
I don't want
to. If I could explain, that would be great. I don't want to sit there and just see all these people. You guys, y'all know the power of social media. You know the power of social media. You could just sit there and be like, oh, we just friends, we friends, we friends. You know what it is when somebody likes all your pictures? You don't know the background conversation that y'all are having?
You're painting a different scenario now.
I'm painting a scenario that is possible.
You're thinking of the worst case.
I'm painting a scenario that is possible.
My thing is, if somebody was to go through Jeremy's profile right now in like every single picture, I mean, it's just not that big of a deal to me. My thing
again, because that's the type of relationship that you guys have.
Well, shit, I ain't ugly, so my thing is,
Okay.
I would.
Okay, period,
You
Pooh.
can't be worried about it. You can't be worried about it. Like, I just feel like if you're not giving me the attention, you don't want me then. So it's just kind of like on to the next one.
Well, I like to
that
keep
big of a
my
deal
stuff
to me.
private. I don't want any of that. I don't want any outside distractions. I don't want any outside anything.
With that person. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, like, if I'm talking to someone, say me and you are talking, and it's me and you. I meet you. You're single. I'm single. And we're getting to know each other. Blah blah blah. We start dating, and we're talking for 8-9 months.
Yeah.
I don't want to. We're doing fine without that social media interaction. Like, we're doing fine without any outside distractions, saying whatever, doing whatever. Like, we're doing fine with just us,
But
social
one thing you
media
have to
free.
understand- Yeah, but one thing you have to understand, you can't control somebody else's actions. Like, if me and you are talking and somebody DMs me and says, oh, I think that you know, cute or whatever, like, you can't get mad at me
I'm not. Wait,
for somebody else writing me.
say that over.
I said, say if me and you are talking,
Yeah.
and like the social media, you know, none of that is really a problem and stuff like that, and somebody decides to DM me and say that I think that you're attractive, you can't be mad at me for because somebody else thinks I'm attractive.
I'm not. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Because one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to just start being ugly on Instagram because I'm talking to you.
What are you talking about? I've never said any of that. I'm saying, like, if we're
But you're saying-
I'm saying if we're together and we're posting pictures of each other, and then people are still like, hey, I want to get the chance to meet you, hey, this and that, and we're posting pictures together, putting ourselves out there together,
But I think that-
and
I
they're
think
still
that's with
shooting their
anything.
shot. That's bullshit to me.
I think that's with
But that's why
anything.
I don't post it
That's with
either.
anything. I think even if I don't post you online or people just see us out together, people may not automatically assume that we're together. So people are going to shoot their shot regardless. So I don't even care about that stuff.
Exactly.
I think it's more so how much do I trust my partner?
Mhm.
Because if I can't trust you enough, then we don't need to be together. That's point blank. Period.
Exactly.
That's like, I just think that if I'm with you, then you should be with me. And if you should be able to trust me that I'm not going to respond to anybody's DMs. And if you respond to a DM, God bless you on your journey, then maybe this is not what we need to be. But I'm not about to be monitoring your social media like that. I think that's
But even if
inappropriate.
somebody DMs me, I will always say, like, thank you, I appreciate it. It's never like, oh, I think you are too. Like,
Yeah, but
it's
I
one
don't.
thing
I
to
don't
be
think it
disrespectful, it's
for
one thing
me.
to be respectful.
Yeah, I don't think it's for me lack of trust. It's just I don't want any outside distractions. So I feel
get that,
like
but you can't.
I
you
feel like
can't-
I'm eliminating that from. I
basically,
I don't
want
like
me
social
to get
media.
with you and delete my Instagram.
Nobody's asking you to delete anything. I'm saying we won't be friends on social media. I don't want to see your. I don't want any involvement with social media until it's time.
That's the thing. You're trying to shut yourself out of something that may still be happening. So if it's still happening without us being friends on Instagram, I mean, what can you possibly say?
I see what you're saying. I think you're like trying to argue against me. Like it's just wrong. It's
I don't
for
think it's wrong.
me. I personally don't want any. I don't want social media to be like the reason why we get in an argument or the reason why we. I want to eliminate that from us. I don't want any of that to ever be an issue with us. If we go out and we see your friends, blah, 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 that's fine. I'm not saying let's not be public, but I'm just saying social media, I just don't want any. I don't want any parts until I'm ready to have parts.
So basically, you don't want me to post you on social media.
In the talking stage,
like
no.
that.
In the talking stage, no. When we are together, you can post whatever you want to.
Absolutely.
But in the talking
Which
stage,
I definitely understand.
I want to remain away from social media.
Which I get, but also in the talking stage, you have to understand that person is still single. And if you're not on my Instagram, if I'm not posting you, other people are going to continue to think that I'm single. So, of course, they're going to shoot their shots at something that they think is open.
But I see what you mean. But are you presenting yourself as single? I mean, I get what you mean.
The thing is, I have to. I mean, if I'm taking a picture by myself, I'm presenting myself as single because you're not on there with me.
Yeah, but you
going Team Bay or whatever. Like, so I'm not going to sit there and put taken in my, bio.
Or what if I'm like, if I'm on my story, I'm like date night. Boom. If I'm doing stuff like that, but I'm never posting.
24 hours. Everybody don't see your story. I got 2,000 some followers, and everybody don't see my story.
Kelvin,
what?
Chime in.
I'm handling work stuff. This conversation is above me now. I just think if you have a relationship,
from one thing to another. And
it was like, I think if I'm on social media and I'm dating somebody, I don't post people that I'm dating on social media. Like, I never post anybody I'm dating on social media, but that also does not mean that I'm open to date somebody else. That does not mean that you can slide my DMs. And if you do slide my DMs, I will politely either not answer or I will divert the conversation to something else or I'll tell you I'm currently dating somebody. I don't have time for if I met you and we're together, then we're gonna be together. Mm-hmm. Just like our parents, if I met you and little Sally Mae came over and tried to talk to John, and I'm with John gonna be like, no, I'm with Kelvin. Like, the fuck, what's going on?
Absolutely.
And I think that's how it should be even now. Like, I don't think that social media is gonna make it worse, because if you have a connection, you have a connection. Like, there's always options.
Absolutely.
But if you eliminate those options, then why am I bothered by it?
Absolutely.
Now, I do have a problem if it's 12 o'clock and you ain't text me good morning. Now, that's another question.
That's a you thing. That's not just regular people. I mean, I don't think like that or whatever. I just feel like if I'm with you and we make a connection or whatever, like, I could care less what other people do to you as long as you don't react. That's just me.
Period, Pooh. All right. Well, thank you, Nick.
When will this be on the air?
Right now, it's live, baby.
Now.
You live.
What?
Yep. Have a nice day. I'll call you after I'm done.
I'm pissed.
Thank you. What's your Instagram?
It's N Rudell, N.Rudell.
For those who didn't hear it, it's N. N is in Nick. Period. RUDELL. All right, y'all go follow him.
Boy, you already follow me.
Y'all go follow him and slide in his DMs.
Right. So
Bye.
Shit, don't play with me. Bye.
All right, so that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, it got a little heated.
It did get a little heated. You started it.
With best friends, you always. Did you just say you started it? Okay. All right.
Oh, gee. So here we are. This also brings us to the question of the day. It's all about the relationships. No, we haven't got to the question today. We was on.
Oh shit!
And then you called Nick. Oh, that's the wrong question. All right. So the question of the day, since we're talking about relationships, how long do you go, or how long do you think you should be talking to someone before taking it to the next step?
I say nowadays everything moves fast. You can do more than you could in the old days. I say 6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months?
Yeah.
I think they'd be taking
before
like
you make it official.
Yeah. I think 3 months in we should know what we're doing.
Right. Do you think 3 months in you should be exclusive? When do you reach exclusivity?
I think exclusivity is at least 3 months.
Okay.
Because I feel like at that point, I know you, you know me. You can know if we're going to do, if this is going somewhere, you know my likes and dislikes. You learn my little kooks and stuff. You should know enough that if I'm going to
why
start
the gap
taking you
in
serious.
between exclusivity and asking them to be
Because
together?
I also feel like even though it's a little bit of exclusivity, I need to I need you to also be focused on me for a minute so I can see what that feels like before I jump into a relationship. Because sometimes we have options, we still playing around. I may get this one side of you, may get that one side of you. I don't get the whole you. 3 months in, and we're talking exclusive. Now I got the whole you, so now I can actually evaluate if I want to take this.
Crazy.
Yeah, now I can actually evaluate if I want everything and make a full darn commitment to this.
Okay.
So I think 3 months is enough time to honestly get to know somebody, to get around some things and know what they're doing. Were you trying to read the comments?
Yeah.
These are from earlier. I didn't even read no comments. I'm sorry, Brittany. I done left you all here all by yourself, girl. Brittany was talking about the people on the buses and stuff like that. And Madam Vonnie said that she likes when I say period. But I think that 3 months is a good time. What's too long?
Over a year.
You have to talk to the mic.
Over a year.
I think over a year just talking and not doing anything, that's stupid to me. I have somebody who still texts me, and then we've been talking for over a year, and they wonder why I went ghost or wonder why I haven't been responding.
I have a friend who has been talking to someone for over a year. It was a year. It's been like a year and 2 months, and they haven't. The dude's still flaky. They don't really, they're not that intimate that often. And it's just stressful as a friend to hear that. And I'm sure it's stressful for my friend. And I don't think they should continue to talk. Like, there's nothing. They haven't even talked about being exclusive. Like, there's nothing. It's just a small city, and they, I guess, want to keep each other around to not hurt the other one's feelings. I don't know what it is, but
that's what I think. That's maybe what it is too. I think people just get so like caught up in just like the normality of it. Like, this is just like, this is my day to day. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing that. This is just normal. And I feel like that's a problem. I feel like people need to not accept mediocrity. Like, no, if you want to be with me, be with me. That's what I feel like. If you love me, or not even love me, if you like me that much, then you should want to be with me. After 3 months, you should know if you want to be with me. After 6 months, you definitely should know if you want to be with me or not. I'm not about to wait a whole year of us going around, going on multiple dates. You run off over here and then coming back. No, miss me with that. I think that's why a lot of people are single. Because we have this whole, like, running around, I want to weigh out all my options type of thing instead of just buckling down.
That's true. People here have too many options, or think they have too many options, and then the options fall through.
Then they
try to
circle back to fuck around. No, if we stopped texting 2 months ago, don't think that I'm the same person from 2 months ago, because I'm not the same person 2 months ago. I may or may not be single. Because guess what? Just how you had other options, I may have other options too. And now I'm weighing my options better.
This is true. That's what just happened to me with birthday homie.
Yeah, and now they sad.
Birthday homie had too many options. I didn't want to feel like an option.
We got options.
And now they're sitting there left on red right now.
I think that sometimes that's what people do. They don't realize what they had until it's gone, because they feel like you're always going to be there.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I showed. I showed that I would be there. I showed that I would stick it out. I showed that, like, I'm understanding. And I showed that too many times. Mm-hmm. And I never really voiced my opinion because I didn't want to start an argument. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not no more.
People get too complacent and too comfortable in their situations, and then that's why they just draw out for a long time without taking to the next level. Because they feel like, if this is what's going to happen, then I know they're not going nowhere, so why do I have to make the commitment? Because I can still do what I want to do or see other people. But until you give them that ultimatum, which may or not be the best thing, but also you got to know for yourself sometimes, like, shit, I ain't about to keep doing this motherfucking merry-go-round. Let me know what the hell's going on. If it's over, it's over. God bless you. Sometimes I used to be the same. I still probably think the same way. Like, oh my goodness, like what I'm gonna do? Like this person I talk to every day. Nigga, you are 45 years old. I've had 60 years before this to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm not just about to continue to do whatever I wait for you and then think like after this I'm just gonna be depressed because I don't have my old friend. Nah. I've lived a whole complete life before you, and guess what? I'm going to live a whole complete ass life after you. I think that's what people forget. And that's the thing about breakups, too. I give you about a good 4 days to wallow in that breakup.
I need about a week.
I give myself a good 4 days.
Maybe I'm emotional.
I'm emotional, too.
I'm very emotional.
But I'm also a Scorpio and a Sag, so my sad side is going to be in my feelings. But that Scorpio side, we have two fucking options. We either fuck with you heavy or we don't fuck with you at all. If my birthday twin just walked in, I know he can agree to that. I either fuck with you heavy or I don't fuck with you at all. You can pick which one. But after I'm done and I'm cut off from you, I am done and cut off with you. Give me 4 days to be in my feelings, play some Adele, listen to Sam Smith, get a couple tears going. But after that fourth day, you're cut off.
I would like to see the side of you.
It takes me a while to get there.
I've known you since 2009, and I have yet to see this 4 day. It'd be 4 months.
It takes me
4 months, not 4 days.
No, but when I'm over you,
okay,
I am over you.
I agree with that, but
it takes me a while to get there.
I don't know about your little 4 day thing.
It takes
4 days last 4 months.
4 months, yeah.
4 months of Sam Smith and Adele.
I listen to Sam Smith and Adele when I'm happy just to be in my fucking feelings.
Bro.
I was talking to the person I'm talking to now, and I was just saying, I am legit a crybaby. I'm legit a crybaby. I would sit in my room, watch Ellen videos, and cry.
Gay?
As fuck. It's really sad. I literally sit there, and she be giving away the money and stuff, and then the people be dancing and things, and the little kids come on. I'm getting emotional now.
Oh
it's just so much. God bless Ellen. God bless Ellen. So the rule that we have come to, I guess that we can agree on that, is 3 months is long enough to know if you want to be with somebody.
Exclusively.
And then dating
is about 6 to 12.
6 to 12 months.
Before you know, like, I could do a long-term relationship with this person. To me, in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's 6 months we should be dating. If we're not dating after 6 months, then why are we doing this? Never mind.
What?
I was about to ask, have you been in that situation?
Yes. Several.
And do you feel like you've gained anything from that? Like, what did you take from that afterwards?
I would say that the takeaway is to always remain you. Don't adjust for anybody else. And that's what I've done in Cali. Like, I've always adjusted to get to I don't know somebody else, or I've adjusted to be with someone else, and no one's adjusted to be with me until after the fact. So that's why I never knew. I don't know. I've always adjusted to be with other people. I've always compromised. I
felt that same way too.
I've always done all of that. I've always tried to see the other side, and nobody's ever done that with me here until it's too late, and I'm not interested anymore.
I think that my problem is that I am probably bipolar and a little schizo. So there's a lot of different sides for Kelvin. So this side of Kelvin may be attracted to this person for this side, and this side of Kelvin may be attracted to this person for this side. And then I feel like I'm giving half of myself to somebody. And it's only been like 2 times I've been dating someone here in Los Angeles that I feel like I honestly was the complete honest whole Kelvin. The goofy side of Kelvin, the serious side of Kelvin, the completely crazy side, and the completely chill side. I only feel like I did that like 2 times while I'm actually dating someone here. And I think that a lot of times we try to find ourselves in somebody else and then figure out what they want from there. And I got to learn, I got to stop trying to find myself in somebody else and just be myself and let me be them around them. I can't be my whole in them. They have to be their whole together.
And you need to be completely healed before you move on.
Can you say that one more time for people in the back?
You need to be completely healed before you move on. You cannot just move on to somebody because you think.
Is there such thing as a rebound, though?
How long should a rebound last? Or how long does it last?
Because you can't keep jumping up and getting the ball.
Is that a?
You either need to shoot your shot and make it in, or we're going back to the other side of the court. Because we're not just about to keep going up and down on this side of the court.
And it's crazy because usually the rebound is somebody who's definitely going to be all for you, and you're the one doing what just happened to you to them. That's been my case.
Yeah.
Like, I got hurt, and then I found a rebound that was a good person, and then I did what was done to me to that person.
So how much time do you need? How much time should be in between finding a rebound? So what classifies as a rebound and what classifies as a new start of a new relationship? Because, like, for instance, we just got done talking about. No, I haven't. But we just got done talking about going out and meeting somebody at the club. Mm-hmm. Say I break up with somebody today. Mm-hmm. You like, Kelvin, fuck that shit. It's been 4 days. You been listening to Adele and
4
shit.
months.
It's Thursday. We about to go to Classique. Let's live it up. We go to Classique. Somebody, just a club. Oh. Somebody approaches me. I get a number. Mm-hmm. Is that, and we start talking.
It depends on
if a rebound?
If you're done, then you're done. If y'all are done and you're still upset about it, you're not ready.
I agree.
You're not ready. If you're still sad when you see the name, if you still feel away, if you still checking the Instagram, you are not ready to move on. So you should not be doing anything. Honestly, I mean, you can get your little jump offs and whatever because you know what they are. You have those people who you hit up
you have to
just
be honest.
Yeah. With yourself.
With yourself about the situation.
Exactly. Or if you heading into something, you need to be honest with that person.
Do you care how long ago their last relationship was? Like, if you're talking to somebody new, does that matter to you? Because I don't really
care, but I know it'll come up.
Yeah.
I know it'll come up, but I don't really care. But again, I haven't had a relationship here. I've just been talking to people.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them for long periods of time, like 8 or 9 months. But I ain't been in a relationship, so my last relationship was in 2015.
Oh, child, almost the last decade.
Yeah, so
shit, mine too, low key. While I'm thinking about a serious relationship, but I just think because people always ask me like, when's the last time you dated? Who's the last person you talked to? Or did you talk to such?
They ask who's the last person you talked to?
Yeah, because people try to figure out like what's the social circles.
Oh no.
And ironically, what the person I currently talk to now and like is friends with the last person that keeps trying to be this 9 months, year thing that we've been talking off and on. And we definitely I had to be honest, and I had to have that upfront conversation. Like, yes, this person has seen my passion face.
LA is small. So I feel like you're always going to talk to somebody that knows somebody or knows of somebody. So I've learned that you can't worry about that. Like, oh, okay, we're out and you introduced me to somebody I've either seen, maybe tried to talk to, or actually did mess with. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen.
Yeah. I've learned, especially black community.
You're either going to be their friend on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, Facebook.
Yeah, we're connected somehow.
Yeah. So,
and I think this happens as you get older too.
People just have mutual friends.
That's okay. We'll move around it. But that's the question of the day. How long is too long to be talking to somebody? And we say 3 months. After 3 months, get it together. All right, so if I told you that. If I told you, Josh, that you could remove one word from the English language, what would it be? I try to give a buffer because you hit me with the silence.
If I could remove one word from the English language,
yes,
what would it be?
What would it be?
Rent. Rent.
No, but for real,
rent
bills.
Gotta go.
Bills in general.
I'll take some bills, but rent gotta go.
Oh, I don't.
My bills don't add up to my rent.
But rent is part of the bills.
No, there's rent and then there's
That's
bills.
the main bill. Rent.
Rent gotta go.
I think I would take away the word like moist
What?
or damp.
Why?
Anything that's just like that wet, like in between dry thing. It's like either you wet or you dry. I don't like being like in between.
Do people make you Is that you don't ever feel moist, do you?
Yeah, like sometimes like when you walking around, you sweaty a little bit because it's a little hot and moist.
Okay.
Or I would get rid of the word
Gay? Because first off, as an athlete, you don't care about being wet or moist or whatever.
Well,
You
as a
just
non-athlete,
sweaty.
I haven't done a real sport since middle school when I ran track.
God.
Now I love hiking. No, that's different. Like hiking, I'm going to sweat.
Okay.
But like if I'm just like out and about and I'm moist, that's weird.
Well, you should. Okay.
I should probably look into that. Yeah, I probably should get something fixed with that. I also don't like the word. It just left them. I literally just had it like in my mouth and then it went away. There's a lot of words in the English language that I don't like white people last names.
White people last names?
Yeah, like Squash Nagofovich and like the
That's not white, that's Russian.
Well, I don't like it.
I don't like black people first names.
I love it.
I'm sure you do.
I love the creativity.
I don't think it's
I live
necessary
for it.
sometimes.
You don't like apostrophes and hyphens?
Absolutely not.
What's that? What's it? Accents?
That horrible.
I think I'm gonna put an accent in my first name.
On what?
I think I'm gonna put it on the V. So I think I'm gonna be like Kelvin. So I think it's gonna be like KELV accent IN. So I'll be Kelvin. Kelvin unique.
Horrible.
I think that is actually revolutionary.
Horrible idea.
And I think if we embrace creativity more in this country instead of just typing us to be George, Paul, Adam, Josh, Craig.
What's wrong with Josh?
I know 12 Joshes. So every time I say I'm with Josh, oh, which Josh?
The best Josh.
But if you say I'm with Kelvin.
The twink. The twink with the glasses.
I will also remove the word twink from the English dictionary. Because that is what I'm not.
The twink with the glasses.
That's not who I am.
Okay.
I have a beard. I've canceled
I
out.
don't give a damn about your beard.
That cancels me out.
With split ends.
My beard My beard does not have split ends. Your dreads have split ends.
They're supposed to.
Well, they need to be pushed back together. That's the word for if I told you that. All right, guys. Now it's time for Uniquely Speaking.
Long as I got King Jesus, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got him, don't need nobody else.
You know you love gospel music, Josh. I don't even know why you made that face.
When's the last time you went to church?
Well, it hasn't been a while since I started this show about a year and a half ago.
So you should probably pick a different time.
At least 100 Sundays ago, because our 100th episode is coming up. It's coming. I'm excited. It's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have a party.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna bring food like the last one.
Wow, Josh.
I just heard.
Wow.
I'm just saying, throwing it out there in case people try to go to the next one.
Wow. People had a great time at my party.
Yeah, hungry.
They should have ate before they fucking got there. You eat before you go to the club, don't you?
But I'm not going to eat
I'm-
before I go
you
to a
eat before you
barbecue.
go to it wasn't a barbecue.
What was it?
It was never put
What
together
was
as
it?
a barbecue.
What was it?
It was a rooftop celebration.
What was it?
What was it? It was a birthday celebration.
Uh-huh.
And before
How did you promote it?
And
How did you
as a
promote it?
party.
Oh, a party.
It was never a barbecue.
Okay.
The venue I had was a club.
All right.
And clubs don't have grills.
Wait. Are we talking about your birthday party?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about
Are you talking about
the last radio
Oh.
thing that y'all had.
Oh, that was Eric's fault. He the one that said it was a barbecue. and didn't want to have a barbecue after everything. I told him to cook the meat.
No, I am not talking about your birthday party.
Oh, that's the last party I had.
I wasn't there, but
people had a great time there.
I'm
People had
sure
a great
they
time at
did.
our last out too. Next time, if Eric tells you to barbecue, come eat before. But if I tell you it's a barbecue, we're gonna have the stuff on the grill before you get there. But Eric, that's Keith in the background dying. If anyone wants to know what's going on. But if Eric tells you to barbecue, bring a snack because it ain't happening. All right, so uniquely speaking, this week it's called Priority Mail. You know, I do a lot of online shopping, and when I shop online, if you're an avid online shopper, you know that sometimes you get discounts for what you buy, or like if you're an avid member, and those discounts sometimes may be free shipping, or we're going to update you free priority mail, so you get it get there faster, you know, or discounted priority mail. And I started to think about just how in life a lot of times we expect everything to be on a priority mail. Like I give you something, or I give you my payment, and I want my return like that. I don't care how long it may take you to do it or what's going on in your life, but I want my product right then. And it made me think about our careers and things of that nature, how we expect God to deliver things in priority mail. But God's not always a priority mail. God may take 2 to 3 business days because he knows when you actually need it. I want my shirt today, but I may not have the event till 3 months, so why am I rushing this to get here? That's the same way with our gifts and what we do. We put in work. We buy the product online, quote, quote, quote. We build this repertoire. We go to these events. We do everything that we want to do. And then we expect the return on it to be the same day or the next morning, overnight. But things don't come overnight. If I'm putting my work here and somebody's all the way at the top of the headquarters, they may not get my delivery until 3 days later, because it has to travel word of mouth, or they may not have seen my Instagram. They may not have known me yet to know that I can put in the work. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So I think when we think about our lives and how our blessings are delivered to us, or how our opportunities are delivered to us, we have to get out the priority mail mindset. We got to run standard ground shipping. Like them people was dragging that slave through the people on the horse and carriage. We got to get back on the Pony Express. It may not come tomorrow. It may not come this week. It may come next week. But it's going to come. The delivery is going to be fulfilled. They're going to meet you at your door with a smile if it's Amazon. But you're going to get your package. But it may just not come when you think you need it. Or it may not come as fast as you want it. And I think that's one thing we have to remember. Stop running on priority mail mentality and just know that your package is going to be delivered. Your blessing is going to be delivered. Everything you have in mind is going to be delivered. Mm-hmm. It may not come as fast, but it's going to come right when you need it. And that is uniquely speaking, people. Get out the priority mail mindset and just wait a couple of days. You could have said yeah or clapped.
I said,
Deep thought.
When you have no words, you just go,
Like the songwriter says. All right.
Or when you want to go to the next subject, you go,
Ooh. Well, thankfully, the next subject is the end of this fucking show. So, Josh, we always end with where are you now? How are you? How's your outlook for next week going?
Kill it. Boss up.
Boss up. Do you have anything big coming up?
Do.
Anything you want to promote?
I do not, but
that's fine.
But,
I appreciate you coming to that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're so awesome.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
So awesome.
Thank you so much.
So, I do want to promote something. Our 100th episode is coming up, and when we get details on this celebration, please be ready to celebrate the 100th episode of the Get Right Radio Show right here on the Good News Radio Station. I'm so excited about that. So, details are going to come in super, super soon. Chris is down in Miami gallivanting. I cannot wait to hear all his crazy stories about if or what he actually did. I'm hoping that he shot his shot with at least 3 Dominicans and hopefully got cussed out in Spanish. I hope that happened. Eric is out working really hard. We'll hear exactly what he was doing next Sunday. You can catch Chris. Well, let's do it in order. You can catch Eric at The World According to Eric. Oh, Josh, actually give your Instagram and stuff.
It is JJONE SSS_.
Yes.
J Jones.
J
GSS.
Jones. All right, then you can catch Eric at The World According to Eric on Instagram and Twitter. And then you can catch Chris on Instagram and Twitter at CCAW_. And then me, Kelvin. You can find me at Kelvin Unique, or Kelvinology rather. That's Kelvinology on your Instagram and on your Twitter. And also make sure you follow the Get Right Radio Show. That's the Get Right Radio Show on Instagram. And also follow the Good News Radio Station on your Instagram and your Twitter. And download the app if you don't have the app already. Like, the app is amazing. We got new things, new chat box. It's so crazy. You need to download it. I guess that's the show, you know. You gotta hope you guys got right. This is so weird when you say it by yourself. Hope you guys got right. That's right. Get right or get left, bitch. You better get right. See you next Sunday.